time.
Today we're talking NBA preseason, a historical moment, a potential change to the game, and how Pop-A-Shot can help you get in on all the action. Plus, we're diving into a Pop-A-Shot legend, possibly the truest of them all, and we're going to do a little science experiment breaking down bank shots versus swishes for all you nerds out there. And I'm going to remind you about the buzzer beater challenge. That won't be the last time you hear it, but start to remember it. Stick around, it's going to be a slam dunk. Big week for hoops heads. My Sabrina Ionescu shoe stock is finally about to pay off. And after a long summer, we finally got NBA action back. Hey, it was the preseason, but when you got a Jones like I'll do, you'll take it. They gave us a treat, facing off the last two champions overseas. But the big story was LeBron and Bronny finally got on the court together. The James family in action, and they were the first father-son duo ever to play an NBA game together. You know, LeBron said it means everything to him playing with his family. And I gotta say, that's the spirit of basketball. You see it in Pop-A-Shot all the time, too. Have you been looking at our leaderboard? The Sullivan family, we got 3 of them inside the top 10 right now, and they're climbing all the way to the top. It's gotta be a bloodbath inside that house right now. You know, we did have on-court NBA action, too, and I gotta say the action was physical. I loved it. I've been sick of the offense the last few years. Way too easy to score points. Now it looks like we're getting a little bit of that Jordan Rules, Davis Brothers, Bill Laimbeer style action. Everybody who's a Century Club member knows that when your back's against the wall with a heated rival, sometimes you gotta throw a little elbow here and there to get that extra point. You gotta do what it takes to win, and if the NBA's cool with it, hey, so's your friend Mr.Pop.
Buzzer beater!
All right, now let's get to the meat and potatoes. We're talking buzzer beater challenge. Last week we introduced the Dizzy Bat challenge, and by now you really ought to know the drill. You're gonna do 10 spins around a bat, and then you're gonna go straight into game mode 1 on your Pop-A-Shot. After that, boo, you better throw up a high score. That's the only way that you're gonna get the exclusive Mr.Pop Dizzy Pop sticker. I don't have a ton of these, so you better get your submissions in at popashot.net stat. We played a few games in the office, and let me tell you, it was as close to a disaster while still being the best possible fun you can have while also earning a free sticker. Kind of a 3-for-1 special. Let's take a moment here to pay respect to one of the absolute greats of basketball history. In my line of work, I think he's the greatest. We're talking Coach Ken Cochran, the man who literally made Pop-A-Shot possible. Before this game took over your living room, Coach Cochran was already making waves. This guy didn't just invent Pop-A-Shot out of thin air. He built basketball programs from scratch. Cochran started the men's basketball program at Marymount College in 1970. And in 11th season, his teams went, wait for it, 401 and 118. That's a real stat. That's his real record. At one point, his teams won 106 consecutive home games. They were nationally ranked every single year. You think your high scores in the 150 are impressive? Try being that consistent. That's just the start, though. Before Marymount, Cochran was a Kansas Wesleyan man, and he took 3 conference titles in basketball and baseball. Did I mention he was the starting catcher for the 56 Olympic baseball team? They played in front of 125,000 people. Try scoring 100 points in front of that many people. That's clutch. The real kicker? After all that, he invented the Pop-A-Shot you know and love in 1981. This guy couldn't stop being an absolute winner. Next time you play, remember? You're part of Coach Cochran's legacy, and he loves having you on the team. Now let's get a little technical with the segment we're calling Pop Science. Today's debate? You know it, bank shots versus swish shots. I know you've been thinking about it and you've got a side in the debate. What's really the better option when you're gunning for that elusive high score? We had 5 participants in this trial. They ranged from beginners to advanced skill level players. They each played 5 games on game mode 1, and they all shot bank and swish shots. We tallied up the data and found some interesting conclusions. Overall, participants were less accurate when shooting bank shots. However, those shots showed a 117% increase in a stat we're calling ball return speed, or BRS. That led to a big increase in extra shots, and on bank shots, they flowed back to the shooter much more consistently and predictably. That's just more opportunity for clean shooting. Overall, the early returns look like the bank shot's gonna be the best for going after that early high score. But hey, you know better than anybody what works best for you. So keep shooting your shot, and we'll keep testing for the best possible advice. Thanks for watching, Hoops Heads. Click below to subscribe for even more primo Pop-A-Shot content on YouTube. Keep playing and shoot for 100.